Hi students, previously we discussed electrical properties of solids. Now we are going to discuss magnetic properties of solids. Okay, it is heavy rain, even though I have to attend the classes. So means from 1 week I am observing maybe sun is in quarantine, home quarantine. That's why we are getting this much of rain. Anyhow, you have to stay home and stay safe. Now we are going to discuss magnetic properties. Magnetic properties of solids. Magnetic properties of solids. Okay, how magnetic behavior attained by this substance means due to two types of movements in electron. Due to two types of movements in electron. So here two types of movements we have to discuss due to movement of movements of electrons. Okay, so how magnetic behavior can be attained by the solids means due to movements of electrons. How movements of electrons can be done means in two types. The first one is it is the nucleus. It is the nucleus. Electron revolve around the nucleus. It is due to two movements. It is around nucleus. Okay, it is electron around the nucleus. Then second one is it is electron around itself, okay. See, due to movements of electrons, magnetic behavior can be attained by the solids. So how many types of motions means two types of motions we have. First one is around the nucleus. It is a nucleus, electron revolve around the nucleus. It is electron revolve around itself. Due to these two type of movements, magnetic properties can be attained by the solids. That is nothing but a magnetic movements. That is nothing but a magnetic behavior. Magnetic behavior can be measured in Bohr magnetons units. So units for magnetic behavior, units are Bohr magnetons. Okay, if electron revolve clockwise direction, see here it is orbital. So we can accommodate electron like this. If it revolves clockwise direction, see it indicates plus mu b. It indicates minus mu b. Okay, it is clockwise direction, it is anti-clockwise direction. So why magnetic behavior can be attained by the solids means due to presence of unpaired electrons. Due to presence of unpaired electrons, due to their movements, magnetic behavior or magnetic properties can be attained by the solids. So how many types of motions electron can give means two types of motions. That is first one is around the nucleus and second one is around itself. It is first one and it is a second one. Okay, due to these type of motions, magnetic properties can be attained by the solids. So that is nothing but magnetic behavior. The magnetic behavior can be measured by Bohr magnetons. So two electrons are present in the orbital. Then if it revolves clockwise direction, then the magnetic behavior can be plus mu b, and if it revolves anti-clockwise direction, that's magnetic behavior can be minus mu b. So based on magnetic behavior, solids can be divided into 5 types. So now classification of solids based on magnetic behavior. Classification of crystals. Classification of crystals based on magnetic behavior. Based on magnetic behavior. Okay. So classification may be many types. That is first one. Paramagnetic substances. Paramagnetic substances. Okay. Paramagnetic substances, and then diamagnetic substances, and then we are going to discuss one by one. See, first one is paramagnetic substances. When it is substance, it is electric field. When the substance is keeping means magnetic field, that it is magnetic field and it is a substance. Then if you applied magnetic field on the substance, a weak attraction can be takes place between the substance and magnetic field. They are nothing but paramagnetic substances. So these substances can be weakly attracted by magnetic field. These substances are weakly attracted by magnetic field. So weakly attracted by EMF means magnetic field. Weakly attracted by magnetic field. Then these are nothing but paramagnetic substances. Okay. So example for paramagnetic substances, already we discussed in first year. O2, molecular orbital energy diagram of O2 we drawn. So what is its magnetic nature? Para. So I am writing O2, and next Cu plus 2, next Fe plus 3, next Cr plus 3. All these are examples for paramagnetic substances. So all these are example for paramagnetic substances. So what I mean to say, paramagnetic substances are weakly attracted by the magnetic field due to presence of one or more unpaired electrons. So why magnetic means first of all, you know why solid substances are showing magnetic properties means due to presence of unpaired electrons. So due to presence of unpaired electrons having two types of motions. So that is the first one around the nucleus, second one is around the itself. So units all these. Classification of crystals based on magnetic behavior is first one, paramagnetic substances. So it is due to, it is one more point you have to write here. So paramagnetic is due to presence of one or more unpaired electrons. Due to presence of one or more unpaired electrons. Okay, one or more unpaired electrons. So next this is first one. Next second one is diamagnetic substances. Diamagnetic substances. Okay. So what are diamagnetic substances means? The substances weakly repelled by the magnetic field. The substances weakly repelled by magnetic field. Weakly repelled by magnetic field. If you keep substance and applied magnetic field, then between the substance and magnetic field a weak repulsion can be takes place. They are nothing but diamagnetic substances. Due to presence of all paired electrons, why this repulsion can be takes place means due to presence of all paired electrons. Due to presence of all paired electrons. Okay. So due to presence of all paired electrons. If all electrons are paired, then what happened? Plus mu b and minus mu b will be cancelled with each other. And then zero magnetic moment. Due to zero magnetic movement or due to zero magnetic behavior, so repulsion can be takes place between the substances and magnetic field. So diamagnetic substances are weakly repelled by the magnetic field due to presence of all paired electrons. So example, pure water is a diamagnetic substance, comma C6H6 benzene, comma NaCl sodium chloride, and next TiO2. All these are diamagnetic substances, we may say. All these are diamagnetic substances, we may say. Okay, CrO2, not TiO2, CrO2. Okay, so this is the way we may discuss diamagnetic substances. Next you have to know ferromagnetic substances. Ferromagnetic substances. Okay, what are ferromagnetic substances means? Strong attraction takes place between these substances and solid substances and magnetic field. So these substances are strongly attracted by the magnetic field. Okay, so ferromagnetic substances means these substances are strongly attracted by magnetic field. Strongly attracted by magnetic field. Okay, so these substances are strongly attracted by magnetic field. Then if you apply magnetic field on the substances, between these two a strong attraction takes place. Means why it is means due to presence of more unpaired electrons. Due to presence of more unpaired electrons. due to presence of more unpaired electrons. See here, they show if after removing magnetic field they show magnetism, means these substances having permanent magnetism, permanent magnetic behavior. These substances having permanent magnetic behavior. Permanent magnetic behavior. Okay. Now, if you take ferromagnetic substances, their domains. Domains means, see here, atomic orbitals form molecular orbitals. So, these molecular orbitals forming ions. These ions are grouped in ferromagnetic substances. All ions are grouped in a small regions. These small regions are called domains. All domains are in one direction in ferromagnetic substances. Ferromagnetic substances. First of all, you know domains. Domains means in ferromagnetic substances, so metal ions grouped as a small regions, they are called domains. So domains are in one direction, then the strong attraction between the magnetic field and substances. See here, domains. Domains, it is one domain, it is one, it is one, it is one, it is one. So here, so orientation is in one direction. So due to domains in one direction orientation, so ferromagnetic substances are very strong magnetic behavior. So these are nothing but domains. Okay. So what are domains means? So in ferromagnetic substances, all ions are grouped as a domains. All ions are grouped in small regions. That small region is called a domain. So domains are in one direction, means parallel direction. It is plus mu b, plus mu b, plus mu b, plus mu b. Then magnetic behavior is more. It is plus mu b. It is plus mu b. It is also plus mu b. And it is plus mu b. And it is plus mu b. Then magnetic behavior will be very high. So ferromagnetic substances, these are ferromagnetic substances. So examples, we may say ferrous, cobalt, nickel, all these are examples for ferromagnetic substances. Understand? So this is nothing but paramagnetic substances, diamagnetic substances, ferromagnetic substances. Next, one more type we are going to discuss, that is nothing but antiferromagnetic substances. Antiferromagnetic substances. So fourth one is nothing but antiferromagnetic substances. Antiferromagnetic substances. So in antiferromagnetic substances, magnetic moment is almost zero. So they are weakly attracted by the magnetic field comparing to ferromagnetic substances. They are weakly attracted by the, so weakly attracted by magnetic field weakly attracted by the magnetic field. In these substances, magnetic moments is zero. Magnetic behavior is zero due to domains are oriented in anti-parallel, domains are oriented in opposite to ferromagnetic substances, due to domains are in anti-parallel orientation. So due to domains are anti-parallel, due to domains are anti-parallel. So here domains I am taking, domains. Okay, it is clockwise, anti-clockwise, clockwise, anti-clockwise, clockwise, anti-clockwise. It is a plus mu b, it is a minus mu b, it is a plus mu b, it is a minus mu b, it is a plus mu b, and it is a minus mu b. Then cancel with each other. Plus mu b minus mu b cancel, plus mu b minus mu b cancel, then plus mu b minus mu b cancel, then magnetic moment is a zero. Resultant magnetic moment is a zero. So here it is nothing but a resultant magnetic moment. So example we may say antiferromagnetic substances. See, MnO, MnO2, Mn2O3, like this. Okay, all these are examples for antiferromagnetic substances. Next we will go for fifth type, that is ferrimagnetic substances. Fifth type, that is nothing but a ferrimagnetic substances. Ferrimagnetic substances. Okay, in these substances domains are unequal anti-parallel orientations, unequal parallel and anti-parallel orientations. So here also magnetic moment is zero. In these substances magnetic moment is zero. Here weakly attraction can be takes place between these substances and magnetic field. In these substances domains are unequal parallel and anti-parallel orientations. Parallel and anti-parallel. So domains are unequal parallel and anti-parallel orientations. Due to this magnetic moment is zero. So due to this mu b is equal to 0. Okay, so domains I am going to explain. Domains, here also domains, here also domains. See here 1 2 3 4 5 6. Here one is clockwise direction, 2 is anti-clockwise direction. Here 2 is clockwise direction and 1 is anti-clockwise direction. So this is the mu plus mu b, minus minus mu b, plus plus mu b, it is minus mu b. Cancel with each other. Then resultant magnetic moment is 0. So for example, Fe3O4 magnetite. Next NiFe2O4. This is Fe3O4, this is Fe2O4. Next MgFe2O4. All these are examples. Okay. All these are examples for ferrimagnetic substances. Okay. This is about magnetic behavior of solids. Magnetic behavior of solids. Okay. So this is the way we may discuss magnetic behavior. See students, here in this chapter, including this topic, the chapter is over. So in this chapter what we discussed previously means Braggs equation, that is very important. After that number of atoms in FCC, BCC. Next unit cells, types of crystal systems, 7 types of crystal systems. Next semiconductors, n-type, p-type semiconductors. Next Schottky defect, Frenkel defect. Next octahedral holes, tetrahedral holes. Next F centers. All these we discussed. All these are very important in this chapter. Okay, the chapter is over. Okay, it is a second chapter. We are discussing as a second chapter. Actually it is a first chapter which carries 4 marks. One short answer, or in a part of short answer 2 very shorts you are going to get. For very shorts, octahedral holes, tetrahedral holes, Schottky defect, Frenkel defect, F centers. For Bengenter centers. What are F centers means? The anionic sites are occupied by the unpaired electrons, are called F centers. Okay, this is briefly about solid state. This is briefly about a solid state. So this is briefly about magnetic properties of solids. In these, so ferro is important, then anti-ferro is important, and ferri also important. Okay, for 2 marks. Okay, para already erased, that is also very important for 2 marks. Okay, in this chapter you have to read both short answers and very short answers, and some more questions are useful for NEET. Okay, bye.